a great venue of local public history to see is the Freedom Trail located in Boston, Massachusetts. And it's a lot of particular events on the Freedom Trail, but one particular event I want to bring your attention to be the Boston Massacre. This is an event that was stemmed out of frustration and anger by the colonies from the tax that Britain imposed on them by having to use especially stamped paper to conduct business or any kind of transfer of documentation. And the colonists really they did not like this. They rebelled against it. So Britain sent troops over to help keep the peace. And when they sent troops over, this escalated the problem. And with this escalating problem, there were riots. And one particular event, March 5th, 1770, Private White left his post and he went and he assaulted Edward Garrick with his musket for insulting his superior officer. And due to this event, the British soldier was immediately surrounded by the other Bostonians that were out there. And due to this was the beginning of the Boston Massacre. And at the end of this particular event, there were either 5 men dead or dying. And throughout the course of these events, there were more tragedies and more death. And also the men that caused this and the British soldiers were taken. They were charged and they were tried. However, they were not convicted, and as a matter of fact, they were basically almost rewarded for their part in this event. And we have to understand this event was caused out of frustration and anger. Because when people are frustrated, people are angry, violence often erupts. Just like in the 60s, when African Americans were trying to get their freedom from their oppressors or the oppressing party at the time, there were a lot of riots due to frustration and anger. And throughout history, we've seen this particular kind of behavior through one group that's oppressing the other reacts and violence due to frustration and anger. But this event really kind of propelled America into the Revolutionary War and gave us some grounds and motivation to get our freedom. And eventually we got our freedom. And going on this tour, you get to see the terrain, you get to see the particular things that were there. You get to look and see where particular things happened as far as the fighting and the killing, where they tried them at the courthouse. And you get a feel of it, and you really can kind of put yourself into it. And for us, when you get a chance to understand why this happened, what significance, was this event to the Revolutionary War, and what significance to this was from particular legislation that we have today about taxes and how we, and how taxes are brought about. And this information, was taken from the part of the New England Quarterly, the commissioners and customs of the and the Boston Massacre, and from www.freedomtrail.org, Freedom Trail Boston Massacre. Thank you.